Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel, Mazbro here, and I'm not sure if you noticed, but it's pretty damn loud here. I'm standing in between these rail car tracks, and I have tons and tons of iron being sent to my storage facility. And with that said, an awesome sorting system would be awesome. And yeah, I do realize there's a torch at my crotch. With that said, let's start. Okay, so we're back at our to-do list board here, and I'm gonna split this into three parts. At first, I actually intended to make the entire thing in one episode, but it ended up being way too long. I don't want to make videos that are way too long. So the first part here is automatic item sorter, which we'll be doing today. And on the next episode, we're gonna be doing our automatic lava bin. And then finally, on the third episode, we're gonna do an episode where we hide all our redstone contraptions and make some sexy pathways. And if you have any ideas for me to make on a future episode, do let me know in the comment section below. And yeah, we might do that. Alright, so it's probably worth noting that if you're gonna make an automatic item sorter, you need to have some sort of purpose for it. Like, you don't need one if you don't have anything to store or to sort, so that's kind of important. So, just as a quick example, this here is my brand new iron farm. It's producing tons and tons of iron, and that iron can be used for trading with villagers. I've set up a villager trading hall up ahead, and behind me is the villager breeder that we use to make zombie villagers on this station over here, and then we send them on their way into our trading hall right behind these walls. So when you have a trading hall like this, nice and set up, this will give you tons of loot. Now this loot I wish I could sort, because at the end of the day when I was making my last video about the trading hall, well, there's just so much loot in my bag that I've actually had to make this disposal system over here. Now, if only I could get all of my items that I use for trade and the items that I get from trade at a sorting system over here somewhere. I think that would be ideal. So I'll run you through everything, and if you happen to also need a tutorial on how to make this trading hall behind me, or the villager breeder, or the iron golem farm, all of that is in my survival series tutorial. Do consider subscribing if it's your first time to the channel. Okay, so let's start with the very practical use of an item sorter. So it's not just to sort items that you want to store in your sorting facility. There's a much more basic use for it that I think you will probably use more often before you even need an automatic item sorter, and I'll show you. Oh, and by the way, I got rid of the entire rail tracks. I just realized this is like one floor away from ground level, and it was making my entire village sound noisy. So here's a little show off flex. If you have an iron golem farm that's producing as many iron, you can make hoppers all the way down. I love that. I love that. Okay, so here's the most basic example. These minecarts transport the iron from this iron golem farm. So, well, it's already in the minecarts. So they're picking up the chest on that corner, this corner, and that corner, and they feed it into these hoppers here. There's one hopper over here. And yeah, the two minecarts feed the iron into this hopper. Now the issue is, this iron farm, it doesn't only produce iron, it also produces poppy. And I don't want to store poppy, it gets annoying after a while. Let me show you how it works. So we have two hoppers here. We have one on the left, this one, and one on the right. Now both of them are sorters. Now the way it works is that this hopper that I'm facing right now will only pick up iron. Now this hopper over here will only pick up poppy, which I will actually dispose into that naturally spawning lava lake right under me. Now I'll show you an example. If I throw iron to this side, that hopper is just not gonna pick it up, right? But if I throw poppy instead, it goes straight away and it'll be dispersed down there into the lava. So if I throw poppy to this side here, if I throw it just from up top, you can see that it's not getting picked up, so I'll just pick that back up. But if you throw iron instead, and we can throw a lot of iron, I just threw a stack in there, and we can see that it's gonna slowly get transported all the way to the hoppers on that corner over there. So let's start by talking about the items that we'll need for our automatic item sorter. Now, you'll need a lot of blocks. Some stairs would be, well, it would be useful, but you don't need them. Lots of slabs, and well, just lots of blocks and slabs, pretty much. Now, per one item sorter, so you'll actually need a set of components for each items that you want to sort, right? I'll show you in a bit, but basically for each item that you want to sort, you'll want at least 2 chests. 6 would be optimal, but 2 is enough. and you'll need at least 2 hoppers. You might need more depending on how many chests that you want to stack, but 2 is the minimum per item. And then 1 redstone torch, 1 comparator, 1 repeater, 3 redstone dust, and 1 item frame. You'll also need 45 blocks per item that you want to sort. I'll explain a little bit more about this later. If you want to sort every single item in game, it's gonna take tons of space and material. So we gotta be smart with the item sorters, and I'll explain how we can be efficient with that just in a bit. So for my version, I'm gonna do an 8 item automatic sorter, so that's gonna require, well, materials here at the bottom. Great, okay. Now for the actual item sorter. This is a framework of where I will be building it. Maybe we should have a look from the side from here. I don't want that egg. Okay, great. And okay, there's 2 ways to do this. I mean, if you want to just do it all on one flat surface, you can, but the building will look a little bit tall from one side. And the reason it's happening this way is because we're not going to use any water elevators. This one will just be using hoppers. You can always push items up using a water elevator, but I just think this is more simple and it works faster too. And if you can find an area where the terrain is higher on one side, like here, and then it goes lower to the other side, this will make the build more elegant. But it's not necessary, and you can always just build it on a completely flat surface. I'll show you in a bit. You'll understand. This is just a design preference. This here is the circuitry for the item sorter itself, which I will explain later, and we'll actually be covering this up as well, so this won't be exposed, just so we have a very nice and minimalistic design. Also, just to keep things nice, this part later, the redstone components, it'll be covered with dirt, grass on top, of course, the whole side over here, and we'll probably build a nice walkway just down this very nice waterfall side. And yeah, things should look good. In my head it looks good, at least, but I mean, you never know. So you might be wondering, why the hell did I leave a chest floating up there? That's just for my reference point. I actually already finished building this whole thing, but I tore it back down just so we could do the tutorial. So smash that like button if you haven't already. That would be really nice. Place 1 stair down here, place 1 more over here, place 1 more in the back like so, and we'll place 1 more over here, so that should connect us to the chest. Okay, and then we'll actually want to make hoppers all the way from here, all the way to this hopper here, and then all the way to our excess item area over here. And we'll also be building our lava bin sort of underground on this side. But the way you want to approach this is simply by placing some blocks here first, because you'll need to shift click into this direction in order for things to work. So in my example, we'll just put blocks here, and I guess here is fine, right? Yeah, that should be fine. We'll break this block and that block, and then we'll grab our hoppers, and we shift click to here, we shift click to here, and if this hopper weren't there in the first place, yeah, you just shift click to here, and just keep shift clicking all the way to the back. Yeah, I got stuck, right? So shift click, shift click, shift click, shift click, and we're almost there, almost there, almost there, and okay. Part 1 done. And it's getting late, so we'll just sleep real quick. Alright, we're back, and we have a basic shape like so. Again, all the hoppers going into the next hopper all the way to the last hopper on that corner, which goes into this block. Now, we can replace this block here and start placing chests, but before I do that, just put temporary blocks all the way to that level there. And we're gonna place some more hoppers on this side, facing into this block here, because we're gonna place chests over there. Crouch and shift click sideways like so. 1, 2, 3, and just break the blocks next to it. 1, 2, 3, and just place chests on these. Just shift click next to them, of course, and you have yeah, you have a lot of chests here. So what this is going to do later on is, if we have items that aren't filtered through our auto sorting system, you may have placed them in by accident, or it's just stuff that you want to throw away later on, they're going to go into these 3 temporary boxes. Why is it temporary? Because you might not want to throw them away. Maybe you accidentally put in one of your important weapons in there or something like that, so it doesn't go to the lava bin straight away. But the lava bin is actually going to be placed over down here. I'll probably place this one front facing, and we don't need a big chest for this one, so just one chest like so should be fine. The other reason that it should look different is so that you don't get confused and think that this is just a regular chest, because everything that goes in here is going to be destroyed, so it's kind of for good measure, I would say. Before we get into that redstone bit, let's just build some pillars just to make the structure, well, just so it makes more sense, and well, I just like how it looks, so let's just do that real quick. I'm gonna do my blocks of iron up here, build to the side like so, and we'll build to the other side as well. Same on this side here, and same on this side, and then just pull the pillars all the way down. That's not supposed to be there, but okay, and all the way down there, and just do the same on this side, and finally on this side here. Right, okay, and we probably don't want to leave that there, so I'll break that real quick, and this building here is where we store our items. Okay, great, next, and I'm gonna do the exact same thing over on this side, so we're gonna follow the height of the structure ahead of us, and I think, are we at the same height? I think we are. I think not. Right, okay, so that should be right, and we'll just build the exact same thing. So the reason I don't want to use water elevators on this build is, well, it just takes more space, it's more complicated because you need to dispense items from the chest and so on. It's more complicated, and well, I just like this more. So the other thing is that it's very fast. As you can see, as soon as I drop something in here and I just run to the other side over here and check the chest, not sure which one it went into. Okay, there it is. That was very fast. So that's why I really like this system. Okay, so let's talk about the redstone, and before I actually explain how it works, we'll just build an exact copy of this. And I'm actually doing this in snapshot in one of the 1.16 Nether update snapshots, and you can actually use glass blocks for redstone on this patch, so that's kind of nice. Okay guys, I know I'm doing it with glass here, but well, somebody said on a video that in this latest snapshot you can now use redstone on glass. Didn't work for me, maybe I'm doing something wrong, I guess it just doesn't work, so just do it with regular blocks, don't use glass, ignore whatever I say about glass. Well, on the flip side, it's kind of nice to see it on glass, it's a lot easier to watch a tutorial using glass, but well, other than that, nada, it doesn't work, so just skip that and use regular blocks. I'll be replacing this with solid blocks later in the video. Right, so first things first, place a redstone torch under this block here, and then the next thing you want to do is place a comparator, and it should face outwards like so. So just jump here, place it like so, and place 1, 2, 3 redstone dust like so, and then grab the repeater, stand beside this block, and just wait, no, that's not the right way. It should face the other way. So grab the repeater again and do it from this side, and you should have something that looks like this. Just repeat the same thing again, and I don't need to walk you guys through this each time, I'm pretty sure. So I think I'll just fast forward this just to make things quicker, and I love how I keep doing the same mistakes. Right, okay. A quick way to do this is just to place all your repeaters first, and afterwards, yeah, I think this is probably a faster way to do it. Just, yep. That was a lot faster, and then we build the blocks up top, grab this as well, all the way to this side, yep, and this one here as well. Do we actually need the block underneath? I'm not too sure, but, well, by the way, I saw this on several channels, but I saw it on Wattles' channel as well, and I really liked the way that he explained on his channel. So, right, continuing on, we'll place this here, 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 and we just need to place our torches, and basically this is done. Great, beautiful. Well, it depends if you like redstone or not, but I like how this looks. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is place our chests underneath. That's not too hard, but one important thing is we actually need to place these hoppers facing into the chests. We'll start copying this part of the build. This is your sorter hopper. This is where you sort items. I'll explain in a bit. And well, these hoppers just distribute the items in the chest. What you'll want to do is just place the chests first, like so, and like, not like so, but Yeah, like so. Okay, and then grab your hoppers to place a temporary block up top over here. So you gotta shift click like so, and you'll wanna face this hopper into there, and we'll actually break that block afterwards. That's just temporary. And the next hoppers face it into the chests. Again, if you only want to have one chest up top, that's fine. I mean, it depends on how many items you want to keep. Do the exact same thing until we finish all the way to the edge. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, break those temporary blocks over here. And just before I continue on, time to take the screenshot for the clickbait. I think that looks quite nice. Yeah, what do you guys think of this one? I think that's pretty sweet. Next up, let's go place our item frames. Now there's two spots where you can place this. You can do it on these sides here, or you can do it up top. For some reason, I sort of want to do it from up top. I like it. Just because the way I'm building this is we're sort of on elevated ground, so when I'm standing up here, it's sort of easier to see everything. And the other reason is if we're troubleshooting these hoppers, again, I'll explain in a moment, it's nice to be able to see what items are supposed to go in. Again, I'll explain shortly. Okay, so I mean, this is basically done. We just need to set up our hoppers now, and this is how we do it. Okay. So we'll start by opening this hopper, which is already working. These 4 items, 45 items on this side, and then 1 item of your choice here. So for example, this one is to filter, well, it's not supposed to filter baked potato, to be honest. Like for example, let's say on this side, we actually want to filter emeralds, right? For example. So what we want to do is we'll place 1 emerald on the left slot up here. So the purpose of the item frame is so that we know what items go where. So over here, I'll put an emerald so that I know this spot here is for my emeralds. Okay, now we're talking. Right, so next steps, let's just do this from the other side. I think that's plenty, and I'll decide what to put here a little bit later on. I gotta mention, if you put in cobblestone into this system, since it's used as the filter items, it's gonna screw everything up, so don't accidentally put cobblestone in there. And alternatively, what you can do, if you want this to be foolproof, is you can rename some blocks using an anvil. And by doing so, you will the system will be foolproof. No item you put in, unless it's the exact same item with the exact same name, will actually screw up the system. Okay, so just remember not to put in cobblestone, or just put in some other block that you know you won't accidentally put in. Right, so again, over here we're gonna do stone. So I'll put in the cobblestone in here, in here, in here, and in here, and we'll place 1 stone, just 1, over there. Great. Okay, next one. Potatoes, right? So we're gonna, again, cobblestone, 11 each, all the way to the edge, and put in 1 potato there, like so. Next one, carrots, exact same thing. 11 of that, 11 of that, 11 of that, and hang on, 11 of this, right? And we'll put in 1 carrot. Okay, there we go. That's pretty much set up. Okay, recap. So this is set up, this is set up, this, and this is set up. All the hoppers already have their placeholder items in it, but these 3, no items on the filter hopper just yet. Now, if we do not put anything in there, when we put items in here that are supposed to be sorted on this side, they will actually be trapped on this side. It'll go to these chests. So what you want to do here is just place a placeholder item in there as well. So for example, left hopper here, left filter, I'll put in cobblestone here, 11 each as usual, and then we'll just put some random item over here. Something that most likely we'll never end up putting in. So for example, I guess, let's see, I can put in bone in this one, and I suppose we'll just put bone on all of them. So let's do the test. Everything should be set up. Let me just check real quick. Okay, 11 of each emerald, 11 of each iron, 11 of each and stone, 11 of each and potato, 11 cobblestones each and carrot, and just place holder bones on this. and that. So let's just put in well, our pickaxe in there, and it's gone, and let's see where it goes. It's supposed to be on one of these chests, one of the 3 here. The chest on the top, by the way, is not connected to hoppers. That's just for temporary storage and for aesthetics. So check the chests here, and okay, the pickaxe is down there. So what I'm gonna do here is do an actual villager trading session. And I'll grab my emeralds to buy stuff. I have a lot by now. I'll grab my iron as well, and my carrots and my potatoes. And okay, I think that's enough. As you can see, half a stack of emeralds just from one trade so far. That's not bad. Stone to emerald. I wish I could do that kind of trade in real life. That would be so profitable. Now, I don't have enough stone here, but we can do that later. And I usually use my emeralds to buy quartz, block of quartz, and quartz pillars. You know what? Let's buy them. Let's buy them. And over here, we're gonna trade iron for emeralds. Last guy. Okay, we should have 12 more from him as well. So yeah, 44 plus 24, that's 68 emerald just in one loop like so. And we have unlimited iron, unlimited crops as well, so yeah, this is just so good. Okay, let's let the magic happen. So we'll just shift click and dump all the items that we want to sort in here, including emeralds, including carrots, potatoes, and stone, and that should be it, right? Let's put in stuff that aren't actually being sorted by the system. For example, oh, I want to put in my block of quartz as well. For example, these iron bars, which I'm going to use in a second, and this chest, which is a pretty random item. Okay, so time-lapse time, and I'll see you when this process is almost over. So I'm back from my toilet break, and let's see if the sorting system worked fine. Quartz. Bingo. All 10. Great. Okay, all 10 quartz pillar as well. Nothing in here. Great, so that's working fine. And all my carrots are in here. Potato there. Perfect. My stone in there. Iron ingots in here, and my precious emeralds over here. So everything is working great, and we should have some trash item over here. Awesome, so that worked absolutely flawlessly. Okay, so the item sorter is done. I'm very happy with this build. It's actually practical. I'm not just building it just to build it. It's super useful when I'm doing my villager trade runs. It's super useful. And not only that, I've also completed, well, I've already covered the redstone with, well, some landscaping behind here. It looks very nice. A tutorial on that, I think 2 episodes from now. And we've already made our automatic lava disposal system down over here. That's going to be the next episode after this one. So we'll put in some water into the, no, that's a bit expensive. We'll put in some dirt, and as you can see, it's counting down and it's throwing all of my trash away. So I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I hope it was helpful, and I hope I'll see you guys next time. If you're watching this far, it would be nice to hear from you in the comment section. So thanks again for watching. Master Bro signing out, and I'll see you guys next time.